Yo, I'm Carla.
I'm Narika.
And this is
The Bench. Welcome back. Welcome back to us. I feel very underdressed.
what? Oh, because
And a collared shirt.
wearing a watch as well.
And you're wearing a watch.
Yeah.
And you color coordinated.
Yeah, these are Tuesday colors. I figured.
Blue.
Don't know what it is, but every Tuesday.
You also have a haircut like you're part of One Direction.
One Direction. I always get this haircut.
I know, it's just giving more One Direction vibes today.
That means it's giving white.
Oh, Zayn Malik was on One Direction. Don't ask me why I know that. How's it going though, fam?
Now we're back, so it's going well.
It's cold.
Yeah, I think we took a 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
There's so much going on, guys.
Oh, like a month. I think it was much needed. Guys, life is lifing, and you know what? If you feel like there's a need to take a break in life, by all means take it. No one's gonna judge you.
Put yourself on your laptop and take a nap.
That's what needs to happen. You know when you don't even wait for the laptop to shut down. You just close it. That's what we did.
No closing tabs.
It reached a point where we just...
Not because we don't want to be here, not because we're not watching football,
it's life.
not because we don't want to speak chats.
Yeah.
They were just outside of football and the bench stuff.
Yeah, we were still watching the sports. It's just that, it was taxing, fam. You know, making the content stuff. So shout out to everybody who still supports or asking us where the content is. And, shout out to the other content creators, to be honest.
Hold it down.
Hold it down.
It's tough, guys. I didn't realize being a content creator was this tough. But let's get into some things that we have missed. I'm a Jimbos. First of all, I need to speak to the person who came up with our names.
I don't know what it means.
Springbok makes sense. National animal. Step.
Okay.
Like a springbok on the rugby field, right? Okay. The Proteas get national flower.
Okay.
Okay? That's the Proteas. Bafana and Banyana Banyana. And then I'm a Jimbos. I need explanations.
It's not giving
national
vibes.
Yeah, like what is another what's the national bird? Blue crane.
Blue cranes. I think that's the netball team.
Yes.
I think they are, right? I think they are. But it would also make sense because usually netball girls are...
They're tall, okay.
Graceful.
National food?
What is our national food?
Up and place.
No, can't be. I know our national fish.
What's the national fish?
The Geljoen.
We could be the Geljoens.
That's kind of whack.
Yeah.
That's kind of whack.
What else? What about National Mountain, Drakensberg?
Is that our national
Table
mountain?
No, Table Mountain's weird. What would the national team be called? The Mountains.
Not having it. None of it, huh? It's just, I think, Bafana has to just stay.
It does have to say, but the Amajimbos were in the Under-17 African Cup of Nations. Yeah. They went as far as the quarterfinals. Played Senegal, it's Senegal.
Yeah. Footballing heritage.
My thing is, at a youth level, if we're not getting into knockout round stages, you can't expect that from a senior level.
But I mean, they made the semi-final.
They made the quarterfinal.
I mean, it's knockout rounds.
So, yeah, that's what I meant.
So they made it. So
well
done.
We missed speaking about that, but that's fine. Also, shout out to the boy Lyle.
Yeah.
Forster.
Overseas, got promoted.
With Burnley, now in a Premier League. He's a Premier League player.
Premier League footballer.
Who is the best South African footballer that has played outside of the South African League?
Lucas Radebe.
Not Steven Pienaar?
No, Lucas Radebe.
At Leeds.
Based on the cult status and his performances and like the teams that were looking at him. I mean, he captained Leeds United. He goes there for free and people bow down to him now. We don't realize how much of a footballing god.
There's actually been a chat recently though that like we don't give Lucas Radebe enough credit for
holding it down.
For his impact on South African football, but football at a international level.
And I mean, it's not like that like these guys now, they play youth level at like a Pirates or Chiefs and then leave. This man was a star here.
Yes.
He was a star for Chiefs.
They poached you. They came here.
He was doing the most.
They came into South Africa and they were like, we want you.
All of a sudden, like Do
you know when you're in the club, right? In Groove, and there's the section where you sit there by yourself And then there's the money people that sits on the top. And then they come down to your section and they go, you, I want you. And now you went from buying one drink at a time to drinking out of a bottle. That's what they did.
I wouldn't know.
That's what they did to Lucas Radebe.
Yeah.
Not
He's a baddie.
No, he's not. He's not a baddie.
A footballing baddie.
No, he's not a footballing baddie.
No, in terms, and then
that wasn't what I. That's maybe a bad analogy. I shouldn't have said that.
You just call Lucas Radebe a footballing baddie.
No, I didn't. Please don't at me on that. Do you think Lyle Foster could? Because they were big names: Quentin Fortune, Stephen Pienaar, Bongani Khumalo.
So Bongani Khumalo, his international career didn't plan out as it should have been. Stephen Pienaar, very consistent, very good player.
Would he be after Benny McCarthy?
Benny McCarthy.
He's a Champions League.
I think Benny McCarthy, because
he won a Champions League.
He won a Champions League, but he didn't stay at a club and gain that hero status, I think, for a certain amount.
For you,
but he did well overseas. I think based on they refer to it as the law, the cult hero status. He had a band named after him. He's still some random 60-year-old man in Leeds right now's favorite player kind of thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's probably
walking out there with the Radaby.
Yeah, one of the greatest captains in Leeds United. And Leeds United were finishing in Champions League football those seasons. I mean, he played and probably mentored the likes of a Rio Ferdinand, Robbie Fowler. He played at there's so many players.
Okay, I hear it. Yeah. Do you think Lyle Foster, if Burnley give him that, because what happens now? Teams get into Premier League.
Yeah.
And then they tend to get a bit more money,
and
they tend to forget about the OGs. Do you think if that doesn't happen to Lyle, he has a chance as a player?
Lyle Foster's only 22, so there's a big chance.
His career is long. Chance. His career is very, very long. Talking about
need a minute.
Talking about teams that will get promoted. So Lyle Foster got promoted. Polokwane City got promoted.
Well done.
Guess who they beat?
Who?
Anti Callies.
Oh, damn.
The Pretoria Callies.
There's only a part of me that's happy for Polokwane City being promoted because we all know
but they beat them in the game and that game got them the promotion.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a part of me happy for the promotion, right? Because promotion, but we all know how South African football works.
Do you know where Polokwane is?
Yeah, it's up north.
Where?
Northwest.
Oh, that's the province?
No, in Mpumalanga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not the way.
There's big things. Yeah. A lot of Polokwane, all those players are being promoted. Lyle Foster being promoted into Premier League, which means South Africans are doing bits, and in plus minus 60 to 65 days, depending on when you're watching this video, another South African team is going to be doing bits across the water. Banyana Banyana is going to be at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, hosted in New Zealand and Australia. Guys, we've been asking, send us to New Zealand. There's literally no one better than us to go to New Zealand.
Right.
We're gonna sit there. We're gonna give you analysis. We're gonna give you content. We're gonna give you the vibes. You know what I mean? We're gonna give you the vibes of being at a football World Cup.
You will feel through.
Remember,
you will be
RAFCON.
Right.
Remember the vibes from RAFCON.
Right.
Let us recreate those vibes in New Zealand for a World Cup.
But then just turn it up.
Yeah. So they're actually going to go to the World Cup, kitted out with a new kit launched by Le Coq Sportif.
Their own signature kit. I think that's the
no, it's for men and women.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. But I think it's this. You know what? When I look at this kit,
you're gonna see Banyana.
It's
because they launched it with Banyana.
It's their signature kit. I don't care about the guy. The whole competition, everything around it was for the women's.
But we can speak about the kits when we get to the Women's World Cup because it's actually a different sponsor. It was Adidas who changed the kit and made it specific for the women's national teams competing at the World Cup. So Le Coq, it's Banyana and Bafana that are going to be wearing it. It's the third kit that I'm really after because that third kit was.
That's the one.
Was that the fan competition where we voted?
And we voted. Everybody voted. That was like a unanimous decision on Twitter, guys. We all knew.
Are you saying that we all not nostalgia merchants?
Nostalgic merchants, yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
Every single one of us.
Every single
Le Coq Sportif, you know what? Just send it through here.
Guys, I mean, imagine next episode of The Bench, box reveal. Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. We just got this package unboxing, and then we just
oh my
look at
goodness!
it. Right? It'll be amazing. Right?
Lecoq Sportif, send it to us. We were there at WAFCON watching this team win a continental trophy. We have been following their journey. We are hoping to get to the next World Cup to watch them. Send us those jerseys.
Yeah.
Send it to the bench. Do the right thing. Do the right thing for us. And then Safa also announced a new CEO. The first female CEO.
Yes, they did.
Crazy times.
A lot has happened.
That's what we missed in 2 to 3 weeks.
A lot has happened.
We missed a lot in 2 to 3 weeks. But what we haven't been missing is what's happening in the DSTV Prem. It's basically over, guys. This season's over. The bench season is nearly over. The DSTV Prem is nearly over. We already know the winners, Sundowns. They're getting their trophy.
They don't count though. I mean, like we've spoken about them literally every single episode of the season. Imagine like somebody talking about you for 30 weeks straight. That's what we'd be doing.
Like a stalker.
That's insane.
Sounds like so. Yeah. But the other two big narratives that are happening in the DSTV Prem is relegation battle for second.
Yeah.
Let's start with the battle for second because you know what's very interesting? Kaizer Chiefs are not in it.
Damn. They had a chance.
When?
Had a chance.
When?
And then we went on this break and then we come back and it's like, oh, chance gone.
They didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
They are out of the title race for second and that title race now is just Orlando Pirates and Malum Gav and his boys, Super Sport United. The second place means that they go into CAF Champions League, not Confed, CAF Champions League, which is super, super important. It's essentially down to their last game. Pirates have to win, Super Sport have to win. And I think they're on the same
points.
So it'll be a goal difference.
Yeah, I think they're both on 52, 51.
51 each.
It's going down to the last game. Last game of the season for both teams. I think it's easier for Super Sport than it is for Orlando Pirates.
Super Sport plays your guys.
Yeah, so it's easier in the sense of like Sekune are now
in the middle there.
They're not fighting for status.
Yes.
All right.
They
know who they
just
are.
Just vibes.
Right, but they have this thing in them of upsetting big clubs.
Okay.
Like just being a hard team to beat, you know. And Orlando Pirates are playing Amazulu, who are playing for status and playing for reputation.
Yes.
Right. They don't want to finish. I don't know what position they're on the log. I think they're like 11th or something, just out of the top 8. Maybe a win. I'm not sure if it puts them back into the top 8 or whatever, but even still.
But we saw Sekukune ruin. Yeah. So Pirates played Sekukune in the second last game. Yeah. If they got those 3 points, it would have been a better position. Yeah, so Sekukune,
like, they have a draw. They have a reputation of like upsetting big teams. So going into the last game of the season, it's going to be interesting to see who actually finishes in that second spot. And I mean, for me,
I want it to be Super Sport.
Jose Riviero has had one hell of a season with the Pirates team that nobody expected him to pull off.
Yes.
Right?
They are in the Nedbank Cup final.
Right. And then you have
Super against Sekukune.
Look at that. Crazy. But you look at the Super Sport team with Gavin Hunt and what he's done, the resurgence, it's like storylines. We love to see it. So first place, nobody cares at this point. Second place, that's what I'm watching for. Imagine.
Yeah, I think I want Malum Gav to finish that.
Yeah.
Although Pirates potentially could be a club who make Sundowns run for their money.
Right, next season. I mean, if you finish second CAF Champions League football, now
I think there's enough money in that club for them to do it in comparison to what Malum Gav has to deal with.
Like one club is overreaching, right, and then the other club is being where they're supposed to be. 100%. And the difference is now you're going to finish in second place, and it's going to be like, okay, you can do that. You've done step C and B, now to A, or other way around, however you want to count it, but. That's what they can do.
So that is the battle for second. And then we have a battle for relegation on the bottom. So how the DSTV Prem works, if you finish in 16th position, you are relegated. And if you finish first in the National First Division, you're automatically promoted. So that's why Polokwane City are coming up. Yeah. And we are still trying to figure out who's going to get relegated. In 14 and 15 position, you go into a relegation playoff.
In 15 position.
In
bro.
15 position.
Sorry, not 14.
Not 14.
14
okay.
you safe.
14 is... Oh, yes, 14 is safe.
15
15 you go into
relegation playoffs.
a relegation playoff.
So
So then you still have more games and your season's not over. So there's a lot going on in this relegation battle because at the bottom from 13, 14, 15, 16. At 13 position is Richards Bay on 32 points at time of shooting. Gallants on 29. Chipper United on 29. Maritzburg on 29. There are 4 teams within, like, a draw here, a loss here, a win there. Your whole fate within top flight football in South Africa changes. It is the last games of the season. Sundowns are actually playing Maritzburg whilst we're shooting this, so this game would have been over.
So we'd know if they're out or not.
It's also weird because all the games should be on the same day
to avoid match fixing.
And all that
kind of weird stuff.
But anyway, Maritzburg got down bad. They have to play Sundowns. Sundowns got awarded. Well, when you watch this, they would have been awarded their trophy.
Yeah.
And Maritzburg have to win. Essentially.
Yeah, they do to have a chance of going into the playoffs. And then it just depends on goal difference from then on out to see exactly what's happening. Yeah.
They need those 3 points. So do you think Sundowns could just lose?
Throw the game. Yeah. Sundowns could go out there and just play a bunch of
funsies.
Third string Disky Challenge players.
Because they still have CAF Champions League this week.
And that's not what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
You gotta focus on something else.
Yeah.
And that's not a league that was won.
So potentially Maritzburg, when you watch this, they've sealed their fate, maybe, because there's still games that are happening somewhere else over the weekend. Or
Chipper could lose 10-0.
Or Sundowns help them out. Help a friend out.
And I mean a draw just changes everything.
Yeah.
A draw, because they level on points. So if you get that draw, I think they'll go 1 point ahead and then Chipper have to draw when they game on the weekend, and then it's literally up to them, but
Yeah, so Chipper are the next team up from Maritzburg United. Yeah. They played their second last game against TS Galaxy, lost 4-0. And that 4-0 win over Chipper meant that TS Galaxy, they're going to be here next season.
Yeah.
We're going to be sitting here speaking about them next season. They are currently in that 15th position on the log, which means they are going to be in that relegation playoff because of their goal difference. So they're not automatically relegated. They have a better goal difference than Maritzburg United. They will get to, Hunger Games, WrestleMania, their way back into the Premier League, I guess.
Okay, wrong analogy. I take it.
No,
WrestleMania.
Okay. If they had beaten, there's a lot of ifs now, guys. South African football, there's a lot of ifs, whats, maybes are going to happen. If they had beaten TS Galaxy, they would have been safe, but that's not what happened. In order for Chipper United to be safe and to avoid the relegation battle, Maritzburg and Gallants have to lose.
This maths and rigmarole you're going through is...
And then Chipper United have to win or draw against Arrows. So Chipper United's last game is against Arrows. Do you think they could secure a win or a draw?
Shit, I'm going to be honest with you. This is frying my brain. This whole if, buts and everything. But Chipper United versus Arrows, I see them winning a game. That's a toss-up. So
anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
But I think it also depends. Maritzburg have to lose, or Maritzburg mustn't win. Tomorrow when you watch this video, Maritzburg must not have picked up any points.
They had to have lost this game.
Yeah, so if they lost, then I guess Chipper lose to Arrows. They say no, they still go into relegation battle.
Yeah.
Actually, if they draw,
yes,
then it's depending on what Gallants,
the teams above them.
Yeah, what the teams above them do. If they win, they're out of it. It still depends on what the teams above them are doing, right? Yes. Okay, anyway, let's talk about Gallants, because that's actually very interesting what's going on at Gallants.
Yeah.
Gallants, imagine this. They're in a relegation battle. But they're still in CAF Confederation Cup, guys.
Knockout rounds also. It's not
the latter stages.
You're there, you deep in the tournament.
They touch
you have a chance.
They see the trophy for the CAF Confed, and they just, feel the force. Maybe they can feel the force of the trophy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gallants are in a relegation battle, but could win a continental trophy. How does that work? Do you still get relegated?
You still get relegated, and then you will play in continental football next season. I mean,
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
You are. Oh, well within your rights. I mean, that's literally. It is what it is. It's just funny. That's like the definition of like, people. They don't care about what's happening here in their lives, but they'll see a commotion there and they'll be there. But like, what's affecting you? You don't give a damn. You know?
I think it is so funny. So, but in the grander scheme of things, because Gallants, Chipper, and Maritzburg are all on 29 points, Gallants are actually in the best position.
Yeah.
Like, they got the best seats in the house.
Yeah. They just have to win the game.
That's
it.
They have a better goal difference over Chipper and Maritzburg United. And their last game is against Swallows.
Yeah, which is like literally above them.
Which could end up anyhow, because Swallows is up and down all the time. And they just have to copy whatever result the teams below them do. Yeah. So if Chipper and Maritzburg lose, Gallants can lose. Yeah. If they win, if both teams win, Gallants have to win, kind of thing. So it's kind of like the Spider-Man meme, when all three teams are like, what are you guys?
Like, what do we do now? Who's pulling the first move? Yeah.
What are you guys doing? And then the fourth team sitting on 32 is Richards Bay. It's quite a story for Richards Bay because
from second place in the beginning of the season to getting dragged into a relegation battle. But I think they're safe based on like goal
3 points, goal difference.
3 points, goal difference. You gotta like move 4 places down to like get involved in the mess over there. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy scenario, but this is football. If it happens, it happens. So that's the reality. I think it's a wake up check for them.
Definitely a chat that we can have like post season once the table is like solidified. But it's very interesting chats about like how Richards Bay started off the season and how the second half. And I think that's indicative of the size of the club and the finances available to the club.
Right? A reality check. That's what it is.
And they weren't like, you're not playing in your home stadium. They have to travel from Richards Bay to Durban to play a home game.
Standard stadium.
Which, like, to me, doesn't make sense. So Richards Bay, they play their last game. Yeah. A draw means they're safe. And they just have to avoid losing and protect that goal difference. Like, like just
protect it.
When all 11 people stand around the goal difference and then you guys move towards safety. That is what needs to happen. That is the end of, we basically at the end of the season with one game left in hand. Relegation battle for second, and there's still continental football with Maruma Gallants in the CAF Confed. They are up against Young Africans, who are the Tanzanian champions. So it's kind of hectic. You are in a relegation battle, and you are playing a champion, a league champion. You are fighting for your life. The other people are celebrating.
Damn.
That's crazy. But Maruma Gallants are also 2-0 down going into the second leg of their knockout game. They are down 2, but it's a home game, so hopefully they just muster up some, courage and some goals.
Energy.
Yeah, maybe, that flight from Tanzania, who knows? Maybe there's too much turbulence.
They have a chance. It's crazy.
Anything can happen. Yeah. They're in the CAF Confed and in relegation, so I believe that they could win. And then the CAF Champions League, Sundowns versus Wydad. That's the semi-final, the second leg. The first leg ended 0-0. There were 2 red cards for Sundowns. They played in Casablanca, just FYI. I was there in that stadium before because I was in Morocco, in case you forgot. 2 red cards. They drew the game, so they didn't concede a goal. And now Wydad is coming to Loftus, and Sundowns just need to win. Just need to score more goals. Do you think they're going to do it?
I think they have a chance. Every season they have a chance. I think they're probably one of the most feared teams in Africa. All the other clubs say. So they know who they are.
I think they're the better team because Sundowns in our domestic league are 1.
Yeah.
Wydad in their domestic league are 2.
My brain is fried.
Too many numbers.
No, just the logic.
Well, they're second.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Someone from Morocco is going to come for me in the comments, but that's fine. Anyway, drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts going into the last game of the DSTV Prem season. Thoughts on the new Bafana and Banyana kit from Le Coq Sportif, and also spam their Instagrams and DMs, guys.
Direct them to us.
Tell them to give us kits because we also want to, be influencers, content creators. And then the relegation battle and the spot for second place. Is second place going to be Supersport or Pirates? And who do you think is going to get relegated? Is it going to be another season where Maritzburg, I don't know, pull a win out of the bag?
A rabbit out of the hat.
I was trying to make a football reference.
That went horribly wrong. Horribly.
3 points out of the bag. Better? It came with some action.
Okay.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the socials. We are at the bench SA. It's all up. Until next time. Bye.